Hey everybody, my name is Sam. I'm one of the pastors here, and this is our second week of our series, This Is Us. As we are getting into this series, we're taking a look at a number of different everybody's, and these are different everybody's that kind of define who we are as a church. In the second week, we're talking about how everybody invites here at RCC, and to talk about this a little bit more, I sat down with Bob Trampf to talk about how he and his family has invited people over the last couple of years. Take a look. All right. Hey, Bob, thank you so much for coming here.
You bet.
I'm excited. We're in our This Is Us series, and we're talking today about one of our everybody's, and it's Everybody Invites. And as I was thinking about that, I couldn't think of a better person. I think of you and Val as people who just can't help but invite people to be here part of the church and invite people in general to enjoy life and do good things. So I love that about you, and I'm excited to ask you a few questions about it. But before we get too far, why don't you just tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Well, Val and I've been married 14 years, and to be honest, that's, as you mentioned, my wife, it's kind of big to me with my faith of to have a partner, if you have a significant other, a partner, or girlfriend, boyfriend, to have them on board.
Yeah,
Super easy for me. You know, if I'm not seeing somebody to invite, she does. So it's kind of neat, and we same realm of friends, and so yeah, it's super important to me to just have her on board and be at the same faith level. And so that's nice. I used to dairy farm till I was 30. Now I'm in insurance sales. I got to wear a crazy tie most of the time. But yeah, we've been going here 3 years. Love it. Love everything about RCC, and it's just great. That's probably my whole background. We have 3 children, and 2 on the East Coast, and 1's at home.
That's awesome. Well, you mentioned that you've been coming for a little while. I'm curious, why did you even come to RCC in the first place anyways?
Well, it's kind of crazy, actually. We live 30 miles from here. We're in Oshkosh. So every person first says, there's probably 30 churches in Oshkosh. Why do you come here? And my office in Berlin. And the old invite, why I'm sitting here, invite. There was couples from Berlin that come here and just kept putting in the back of my mind, why don't you check out our church? We were big in our other church, but it just got older and more not connecting with us. And so finally, Val and she said we should find a new church. And I said, yeah, Ripon. And she goes, wow, you want to go to Ripon?
Totally.
That's going the other way. So yeah, it was through an invitation. So it's almost kind of cool, like I'm talking on inviting people, because that's what did it. Just that little putting a bug in your ear. And I'm like, man, so many of my friends and families I really look up to are coming here.
That's awesome. It's interesting because you said it wasn't just one person. It was more than one.
Yeah.
Like there were a number of people that kept putting the bug in your ear.
Yep.
I think that's so true how it normally happens.
Yeah.
That's really great. You invited a bunch of people to come here, though, as well. It hasn't just been you coming. It's been you saying, like, I want other people to be here. Why do you keep inviting people to be part of the church family here? Like, why do you do that?
I think once you get this place, which didn't take long for Val and I, in your heart, you come here every Sunday and you hear the message, and we preach from the Bible, and you hear you got to accept Jesus as your Savior, and He died for us, and get Him in your heart. I love that part about your heart, because once you have that and you become baptized and you have this sense of you got to figure it out, and every week they reiterate that here at RCC. Just in my opinion, once you have the passion for it, if you have family or friends that you love and care about, it's almost like you have to ask them. Val and I have invited numerous people, and the other thing I wanted to say is don't get hung up on the people don't keep coming. And they might go to a different church, but one thing I always heard in this church is just plant the seeds.
Yeah.
You don't know if they're going to grow. It's like leading a horse to water. You don't know if they're going to keep coming back. You hope you do, and a lot of them do. But some people, I think, will invite somebody, and then if they don't keep coming, they kind of go, man, I don't like the little rejection factor, where that's not a big deal to me, being in sales. So we'll see family members and friends and neighbors, and once you kind of hear their story, they're a little down on life, or they're looking or searching, and it's super easy. You just say, hey, plug them into an event, come this Sunday. There's always something cool going on here, and just kind of let the church take over. As soon as they see the people and the youth and friendly and we're full of energy, it's almost like after 2-3 times, if they don't see it, you just go, must just be the timing.
Yeah, for sure. But it is neat to see, like, I mean, there's definitely a group of people that I think are here because they were invited by you guys and they have stuck and they're excited about being part of the church just as much as you guys are, which is really fun to see. And it's fun to watch them grow and do things to follow Jesus with you guys. Now, I've got you here, and I got to give you a little bit of a hard time. The other night, my wife and I were out on a date, and all of a sudden, like, near the end of the date, in come Bob and Val, and like totally hijack our date with the most fun ever. Like, I have to tell you guys make everything super fun and enjoyable. It was the best ending to the evening we could have ever asked for. To just sit and chat with you guys. I love that about you guys because I think you're some of the most fun people I know. It's just enjoyable to spend time with you guys, and you kind of bring the party wherever you go. I think that's great. Like, you bring excitement and joy. Most people don't think of church as an easy place to invite people to. Parties are really fun to invite people to. Why has church been easy for you?
We really do think it's fun. It sounds crazy, but I appreciate we get told that all the time, like we're just in a good mood all the time and happy, which is kind of infectious.
It is.
But we really honestly do think, on my mind now, I'm like, oh my gosh, only a few more days of Sunday.
Yeah.
And when you're in a church that's not fitting your needs, you don't think that. You think, oh my gosh, I should go. But everybody here makes you feel so welcome, no matter where you're at in life, no matter what age you're at, that it is easy to us to invite people, because we know no matter what age you are, if you have small children, we have super youth ministry, or if you have teens, or wherever you are, if you're single, wherever you are in life, I know you can get plugged in here. So it's so easy. Otherwise, you're always looking at somebody going, I wonder if they like my church. Well, Val and I just feel, we know they will, and everybody's happy. And you come and you hug people and you feel the love back. And when you leave here on Sunday, you're like, oh, I needed my 20 church hugs because now I'm charged back up for next week.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's so good. All right. As we've talked, this last weekend actually was the first of our Everybody series, and talk about how everybody fits. And what I love about it is it's true. We have so many different types of people from all kinds of different walks of life, all kinds of ages, perspectives, everything. It's awesome. Everybody fits. How does that affect the types of people that you invite? Because, I mean, it could be like, oh, will they fit or not? I'm wondering, do you even ask that question?
No. And like I said, with the last question, that's what makes it super easy at RCC, because other churches, the other church we were at, you were thinking, oh, they're older. Oh, they have kids or young family. Oh, they have teenagers. And here, it just makes it so easy because you just know if they have a small child, we have everything downstairs to take care of their needs. If you're older, with small group adult, with midweek, with men's club. I've done men's club breakfast quite a few times, and my wife does the well ministry. So, if you're a single gal, so it's so easy because of that fact that, no matter who you're talking to, your single neighbor or your daughter's 20 years old, they're going to hopefully see something that we see in the church of, wow, I can fit in pretty easy.
That's outstanding. That's really great. I love that about it. I literally walk in here, and every now and then I'll scan who's all in here. I'm like, man, they're sitting here right next to that person, and what circumstance in life does that ever happen? And it's so beautiful. It's so great. Yeah. I love that. It's not just, though, invitations to church. I mean, we're talking about inviting people to church because that's just kind of how it is. But it's not just church. It's invitations, I think, to talk about real life. It's invitations to talk about how God impacts our everyday life, and it's invitations to see what Jesus can do in a person's life. What's been the result of some of the invitations that you've given to be here? What's been some of the results that you've seen?
Oh, I think it changes everybody. I think it just softens your heart. You just become more not focused on yourself. I think if the one answer I'd have to give out of my wife and I and the people we've invited is they just see that, it's not all about you. You come here and there's so many things you can reach out. Join a small group, for example. You meet so many people you'd see on Sunday and give them a hug. But it's amazing. I've done numerous, the men's study in group, and just sharing common, things that you didn't know. So that's probably the biggest thing.
That's awesome. So you've actually seen these people grow and connect, and
talking about their kids and their families, and you see the connections of how everybody's just trying to be like Jesus.
That's awesome. So That's really fun because I mean, when people are here and you watch it over the course of like a year or two, they go from like, I'm really excited to get something out of this, and then slowly over the course of that year, there'll be this shift that'll happen where, like you said, it's not all about yourself; it's about giving, and you can see people actively living it out, and it's fantastic.
Even myself, as outgoing as I am, even student life I help with on Wednesdays is my third year. And now even I come in and almost all the kids, and it's like I adopted 80 to 100 kids, and that alone in the leaders are awesome. So again, it's kind of an offshoot of Sunday. It's like our family, every leader kind of knows each other, and the kids, and that's awesome too. But it's like since my kids moved out, it's like I got my 80 to 90 kids every Wednesday, and they know me and I know them, and that's another piece that keeps me young. As I get older, I want to feel like I'm 17 again.
You still seem 17 to me, Bob. You're good. All right. Last question is this. You're probably talking to some people who maybe have been here and they maybe had a rejection where they invited somebody and they were rejected. What would you say to them? What would you say to someone who's on the fence about extending an invitation to somebody?
Yeah, you just don't know. I mean, everybody comes up with their own reason why it doesn't fit or their style, but my answer would be just keep trying. Just keep, if they see you, it's the old adage, you hate to say it, but do what you're doing and not what you're saying.
Yeah.
And we like to hold that, and I appreciate your comments, but just Val and I being excited about the church and plugged into the things we are. I think a lot of the people that we invite see that and go, okay, we came, and they're just trying to figure out, what you're plugged into that you're so charged up. So I agree. Don't give up. Like I said, if some are to come one or two times, they got a couple issues. They came from a different background of not church or more of a traditional church, and they get kind of, they come and get overwhelmed by love. Some of the people have told me in my old church, you just come in and sit down and leave. And this church is, so it takes a couple weeks to fit in, and just stay with the course. Just say, hey, after a couple times, maybe go back and invite them again. Plug them in an event again, like a fall fest or a Christmas service or something. Just stay the course, and they'll see your excitement and go, man, you still sure really are charged up about that church.
That's awesome. Well, this has been outstanding. Thanks for taking the time to sit down and chat with me. And I'm just really excited about you guys and about just where everything's headed. So thank you so much.
You bet.